Okay, so Wicked Implement is available to earn. It's important to earn this if you keep with the title. You do need this for the Aquanaut title, but I'm gonna go over everything you need to know. Main thing you need to know about this is that uh, the start of this exotic mission was to catch exotic fish from each pond, but as long as somebody in the fire team has the blades, they can activate it for you, and you don't need the blades to get the gun. As long as somebody in the fire team can activate the mission, I've been told that it should be good to go. So that's one good thing about that. No fishing needed. Just at least one person had to go through that hell. Other thing about it, as of this recording, don't know the catalyst yet. It just says you can earn it in deep dive, but I'll update the comments when it gets found. But right now, of this very early recording, no idea what word that is yet. But let's go show what you need to do and how to get it. Alright, so as you normally would start a deep dive, I would recommend LFG. Matchmaking be very hard to do as not everybody's on the same page, but up to you. Solo be very hard to do. I don't recommend it unless they nerf the boss. The boss is very tanky. Then we'll talk about DPS and how things went. So first things first, the person with the swords had to go ahead and put the first statue, or the swords of the first statue, which is up here right before the drop. Head down to the little tunnel here, and you can put in the first blade at the bottom over here. Doesn't matter who. If everybody has a blade, then it doesn't matter who. As long as one person is in the fire team, and at least one person, you get the dialogue and the notification that you've inputted the blade. You don't want to do Tolan, the darkness invocation. That will make it harder for no reason, so there's no point doing that. Just do a first encounter as you normally would, and then you'll get the second blade just like that. Okay, so finishing the first encounter here. You can see that now before you get to the next room, you want to go ahead and head to the second statue to put in the second blade in, get the dialogue and everything. One thing to note is that the buffs you can get from Asa does not apply to you in the mission, so I'd be careful. It doesn't matter what you choose, it's just for the encounters. Also, the other thing about it, the next one coming up here, is that it is a 10-minute timer, and if you all wipe, it kicks you back out of the encounter, and you have to redo the deep dive and do everything else over again. So if you do wipe, sadly, you do everything over again, and that sucks. So third statue, just over here, past this path. Before jumping down to the second encounter, just make sure you take a left here and put the blade in, as you would, like so. Then head down and you finish the second encounter to trigger the mission. So as long as you finish the second encounter, you'll get the mission finished, pretty much. So just do it as normally you would, and just don't fail. Alright, so finishing the encounter, the door should be open on the right, should be a way marker there, and there'll be 3 statues before this door. Each person has to interact with the statue to remove the barrier that is spawned in front of us, like that. Now, just gonna traverse like normal, no big deal, just kill some ads once you reach this middle part here, and then you'll do some more traversal in the water. Then you have a little bit of a mechanic teaching first boss, and then you'll fight the boss later, and then we'll show that exactly. So let's talk about, like, I guess, boss DPS. So I'm using myself Lucky Pants and Malfeasance. That is the build I'm using with a linear for the Tormentor boss at the end. One guy has Div, and other guy using the Raid linear that does more damage to Tormentors. I forget which one that is, but I think that's probably the Ron Root of Nightmares linear. I don't do raids, so I don't know. But we're coming up here with the first encounter, which is not really a first encounter. It's just a little bit of teaching you how this mission goes, pretty much. And yeah, so first things first, you'll have the boss spawn in, the knight, but can't do damage to it. You want to go ahead and just kill 3 of these minotaurs. They will spawn in the middle here, these servile minotaurs. Once all 3 is dead, then you have a 1-minute DPS phase. So we're definitely sharp on the left there. Now we have 1 minute and 12 seconds here to do DPS to the boss. That is the main mechanic here. 3 minotaurs, killed all 3. You want to coordinate. Once you kill the last one, make sure that everybody's ready for the boss phase. Once you kill the final minotaur, the DPS starts. So make sure you're all together. You know, you're all on a timer right now, which is difficult, but that's that. So now I'm gonna hit the thing under the stairs here as fast as possible, so that the things spawn in, and then shoot the one behind the pillar to open up both the rooms on the side, which will spawn both the minotaurs are already spawned in. One spawns in the middle after a couple seconds. do be careful here, as there'll be 2 hobgoblins on the top here. Make sure to take them out if you're causing problems. But right now we have a minute for DPS here, which the boss is very weak for this one here, compared to the final boss, which is very tanky. And use all your ammo, use your supers, because right before the boss room here, you will be getting a rally banner, which is very useful. But you're still on a timer, so make sure you don't slow down. Make sure to keep it going for sure. So now we have the boss room rally. Make sure to rally. Everybody rallies, and we want to split off one left, one right here, so that you can get the most area to find the minotaurs. There'll be 3 minotaurs that will be spawning. So we have 1 here. It's random each time. 1 on the right, and you'll keep pressing on here and making sure you are finding these minotaurs for the most part. Right now we have chaff as a modifier, which is very annoying. You can't see the radar, but I'm sure different week we'll have different modifiers there. Now we're looking for our last minotaur. Eventually, after like a minute or so, it will give us a way marker for the last one if it took too long. So right now it's going to show us the way marker there on the right of the screen, but that is only after 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Then once you get the last one, make sure everybody goes to the middle. As the boss will start to go to the middle, he will follow you around the map, but he will go back to the middle once it's time for DPS. It is set like that. Use your supers, clear ads first before doing a lot of boss DPS. Is going really fast. Okay, I'm using linear, doing 80k per damage here, per hit, where Divinity is being used as well. You can see the damage is being dealt here on the first phase. 30 seconds left on our DPS phase here. Let me get him down to at least half health using our Lucky Pants Malfeasance build here, doing some damage as best as we can while trying to navigate and not get hit too much here. Using melee resistance and void resistance would be very useful for sure. Weakening grenades, smoke bomb, tether, all that good stuff. And you can see that we got at least down to half health in the first phase here, but we're running out of ammo, so the second phase would be a bit difficult. But there we go. Once that happens, you run out of time. You gotta go ahead and now find the next 3 minotaurs. Just gonna run around. They're gonna be on the top second floor or main floor. There is a bottom floor, but it won't spawn there, I don't think. Just make sure you're coordinating. Make sure you're talking to your team that you're telling that you killed one. I mean, it'll tell you when one dies, but always gotta make sure the last one is the right one to go. Make sure everybody's ready for DPS for the boss. It's very important, as now we only have 5 minutes left. 1 minotaur dead. 2 are dead. Now we head back to the middle, because my guy was telling me, all right, I found the last one, let's go back to middle. Now we're back at middle. But this one's a bit rough phase, more of a surviving one, because we are kind of out of ammo for this phase here. So we're just trying to just survive for the most part and do as much DPS as we can. As the final phase is a bit easier and a bit faster, which you'll see in a second here of why it's a bit easier to do the second phase, third phase of depth DPS compared to the other 2 phases. So here we go. Here is the second phase here, as much as we can, damage as we can. No more heavy. Just gotta do whatever we got with Lucky Pants here, as best as I can. It chunks a little bit. Got the grenade out. And just here at this point, we're just saying, just survive, just survive. I have super next wave. So here's the special thing about third phase, is that all minotaurs spawn in the middle. So don't have to go anywhere. Turn around. Minotaurs will spawn in the middle. I tell everybody in there. Go back to middle. The minotaurs are now spawned in the middle, so it makes things a bit easier for last phase. Just gotta clear ads. There'll be minotaurs and then also phalanxes and centaurians. So make sure you clear ads. If someone's a roaming super, use that if you can. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As long as everybody's clean, making sure you're surviving, spaced out, try not to group up, especially for this week, where melee hits slow you. Like I'm slowed right now for 3 seconds. It's a bit annoying. I'm sure it'd be different in different weeks, but right now this is what we got. Chaff, chill touch, all that stuff. So That's all there is to it. And yeah, that's it. Once you get the final kill here, you get the weapon, and you have to go head up the stairs over there, up here, and then you go interact with the statue, and that gets you the gun. Now, like I said earlier in the video, the catalyst right now from this recording unknown. I will update the comments if it gets found or not. But right now, all we got is a gun. Once you claim this, you can find 7 shards. You only need to own the gun. You don't actually need to use the gun to get the shards. If you're having a hard time finding the shards, you can put on combo detector, and that will when you zoom in or scope in, it will give a way marker, basically. So there's 7 in total. You have over 10 minutes, over 20 minutes to run around this map. People say there's other things, secrets in this one. I don't know if that's true, but people say yeah. So, but that's just for an extra triumph to find these things on the map. They're all in this map, in this boss room. Just gotta go ahead and run around and find all 7. I'll make a video about it, but it's just, I think it's pretty easy to find. There's like 1 middle, a couple in the corners, and 2 down in the stair section. So just make sure you have the combo detector to see when you scope in. You can see them from afar, pretty much. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As best I can explain it. Just another way to see how it went. If you watch another video, maybe it's better than my video. It probably is. But yeah, that's just another way to show you guys how it went. There is 1 down here. Did I say 2 down here? There's 1 down here. It's just you gotta look on the left side there. I'm not gonna show this all because there's no point. You can look for it yourself. All right. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy that. And yeah, that's the gun for now.